Hi, this is Jim Schuett. We're going to do a report form, the specific kind where we're entering a lot of data, like in a contract. And so we want to show you that. So let's go to purchase orders, because our client, we need some new data on their existing PO. And so we're going to go to, just pick the last one here, and then go to print. And I'll go down to report 21 and just use that. Now, I'm going to choose their form, and I have that in here, and we're going to take a look here at Edit and Form Design. That opens up their form. And as you can see here, it's a functioning form at the moment. Page 1 has the usual stuff. Page 2, the overflow. Page 3 has their current data. And page 4 has the continuation of that data. So let's go back to page 3. I'm going to click here because we want to remove all of that. I'm just going to click on there. It's highlighted. Sometimes each paragraph can be its own section, and then you have to click on each one and delete them. But I'm just going to hit the delete button. That's gone. That's page 4, gone. Now we go back to page 3. And here I have the info that we're to put in. You'll find that doing this type of stuff in Sage Report Writer, especially the report forms, can be quite challenging. So let's just copy the title. We're going to do that up here. I'll get to getting it bolder and better looking, but let's get to the meat of this. Okay, I'm going to, now I see this is already maybe a problem. I'm going to go in here and maybe I can't. Maybe it won't copy badly. So we're going to copy and come over here and create a space, and I'm going to click paste. Okay, now you see that stops here, but that doesn't really stop there. When I click out of there, it gives me one long line. And so what you need to do with these types of things is set your parameters for indentation, and then you would come over here, double click, and so you get the whole thing, and you'll have to test to see how far over this goes when it's actually printed. That's the key. So I'm going to go to right about here and hit enter, enter, enter. Okay, so that's the first paragraph. There is no justify both ends in Sage, unless you do, an extra space in several places. I don't recommend that. People can live without that. Now, we've got indentations here, so let's scope up here and see. We'll have to put the numeric parts of these in separately, but let me show you why. Well, there's part of why. Let's go here. See if I can get that. Okay, I'm going to copy. Maybe it'll come over. And I'm going to have it indented here and paste. Okay, there's the one, and so we don't want that much of a gap. So I'm going to do that, and 1, 2 spaces, and then come over here. Well, we'll see. I may have to change that. And it won't give me an extra line if I do this, so I'm going to come over here and do that. and then delete and bring that up. So that'll be okay for 1. That's 1. Now let's see if I had done more. Let me go down to just to test this out while we're doing it. If I do all of these, I might be able to do all of them at one time. I'm only going to do 3 for this test. So let me see here. Paste. Okay, so that's not too bad. We can, since that's the case, let me erase, and we're going to take this as one chunk. Just to here. Okay. Copy. That'll give it all in the same box here, which will be nice because then all of these will be lined up. Okay, so first off, we're going to bring this over and 1, 2 to give it 2 spaces. Over 1, 2. 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 Okay. Now, theirs is has a different font to it. I mean, a different size. Let's see if we can do this on here and make this a little bit larger. We're going to go up to the A for change the font. Arial is fine. Let's go to 10 and click OK. Okay, it did that. So if that's the case, let's go up here and make this also 10. Oh, it is 10. Maybe we better make it 11. I don't think that changed much. Okay, let's go up here. Okay, well, trial and error. That's what I always say with Sage report writing. Okay, so that one's already over here, and we'll test it in a few minutes before we get it all done, just to be sure we don't have to go back and do too much more. So, but anyway, here, you double click to highlight this, and sometimes getting it to highlight is a trick too. So, I'm going to go here and click to there, and that's okay for then 2. Number 2, that's stretching it because it could go beyond the length there. That's too far. That's too far. Let's go over here. Always do the very first part of the word without the space because it'll make a difference on the other side. So we're going to hit enter. And then this and reject reasons, comply those licenses. This one could probably go. Okay, so this is enough to show. Okay, so what we're going to do is on theirs, they don't have spaces between the lines or the groupings, so we're not. Now we're going to save. It's still 1A, which was the original, so we're going to make this a 2A. Actually, I had already done this as a 2A and a 2B, so I'm going to make it a 2C. Okay, now we have to test it and see what it's going to look like when it's printed. So we're just going to run it. Oh, let me change this to 2C. There. Now we'll see how far over those go. Okay. Okay. That's not too bad, really. I might give it a space between each one. It might also be too small. But you can see how that goes. And so you can fine tune this a little bit, be more careful where you separate them, but you're still going to get this kind of an edge. And basically, that's how you do it. Let me go to the end here where you've got lines to draw. I'm just going to go down here and we're going to add, oh, not on this. Let's get back into the form design. Let's go to page 3. And it's actually page 4 that has these on it. So I'll do them there. So we're going to just do this. Now, you can try this. Sometimes this works. Usually it doesn't, but we'll see. So I'm just going to pick a spot down here because you can move these up or down once it's in. Okay. And so what they have is by, name, title, date. Okay, so I don't think that's... Okay, so what we're going to do here is do this. And title, and date. And let's see if I can't do it that way. Oh, no, I have to do it up here. And we're going to go to 12. See, that didn't do it. So anyway, and then once you click on this, you can get a space there and a space there and a space there. And then you really want these to be separate so we can do the tab here. Or not. So we're going to do, actually, let's go back. Because these aren't long enough. So I'm going to continue with the underscore till it's over a good distance, and then I'm going to do this one underscore. You don't want to go much beyond where that ending type is. Okay, now we just have to copy these spaces. So we're going to do underscore. Oop, left my finger off. There we go. Now, one of the issues with this is these don't line up exactly if the spacing on these depends on the spacing of what's in front of it. And so if I do a little space there, see, that's still off. It really works well. Oh, let me come back one. Maybe. No, that didn't do it. What really is nice is if it tabs over and then... Oh, that looks pretty good. Oh, it's underneath. Okay. And then you just do the same thing with these. I think that gives you the idea. Whoop, back one. That gives you the idea of putting these in. The other thing I didn't talk about is inserting fields into these. Maybe I'll do one real quick. So that's covered. So that's page, that's the titles. You can finish that off. Let's go back a page and let's see here. We've got some type up here that the type size is wrong in these for sure. But that's something that you can work out. Okay, buyer. See, wherever there's a parentheses, not on agreement, but buyer. Oh, supplier name. Okay, supplier name. Uh-oh, I'm going to lose it. Oh, here's a test. You need to save it often because this can happen and it'll turn it off and it won't come back. Well, cross our fingers, but I know what happens next. Maybe. Yep, gone. See, that's why I do the 1A, 1B, 2A, 2B, 2C. So learn as you go. Now let's bring it back and see, if indeed it's truly gone. And it closed Sage altogether. Didn't like something. I'm glad we were taping this because you could see that particular issue. La, la, la. So anyway, with report writing and especially report forms, you get the opportunity to do all kinds of forms. Okay, sample company. Let's go into that. Now we're going to go into purchase orders. And we'll do the last one. Go to print. And come down to 21. Now I'll have to, now 2A, oh, is there? Okay, 2C, yeah, 2C is there. Now, let's set defaults and see what's still here. Probably, oh, page 3, oh, maybe 1. Oh, are we lucky? Wow. It didn't destroy it, or just eliminate it. If this had been not the report form, but if it had been the custom report, this would all be gone. So this is good. And so what was I doing? Oh, I was going to insert something. So let me try it again. Well, let's see. Let me close this out real quick. And if it does what I expect again, then that'll be the end of this one. And we'll figure out how to combat the disappearing Sage screen again down the road. So let's see. Let me see here. It's not letting me access that at all. Okay, that's just the printing. That's right, that's just the printing. I didn't, I have to go up here. Okay, maybe it's there. It is there. Okay, so now if I want to get rid of the word supplier name, okay, this time it was okay. I take this out. Put a space in there. and click in there for a field. Actually, let me put a field here. I'm going to go and get vendor. Okay, accounts payable, vendor name. Now that can be long, so we'll make sure it's the right size approximately, and that's type size 9, and we're at 11. But these aren't matching, so I'm just going to make it 10. And vendor name, so we're going to plop that in there. Oh, I didn't lengthen the thing. So auto 75, that's too much. No, we're going to go 35 from the left. Okay, that's even a lot, but you can see we're going to stick that in here. And we'll have trouble with this on some names, and so we'll have to give that enough space to where, now if I'm going to click out, now let's save that and see what we see here. So we're going to go back and run this. AC supplies. Let's take a look here and see who the vendor was. Vendor. Okay, AC supplies OR. Okay, that was in there. And it did almost fit, but a lot of these will be a lot longer. Anyway, so that's how you do that. Chances are you'll have to test the print and make enough space in here for it to do. A lot of times I will come down here. Oh, I'm on print. I'll bring this row down to here and leave the rest of the space with a line so that it has plenty of room to come and go. That's one of the options. Okay, I think that gives you enough idea on what to do for this kind of thing with report forms and a lot of data. Oh, only 2 pages. So all my work on this particular